Wickets up front, then you have quality spin to tackle. Then can strike a long ball, but he just have to bide his time. A partnership which have been non-existent so far in the innings. He was two that time, but it's such a tough group to get out of. This is doubly impressive from Sri Lanka. Yeah, they've been great. Last week, Asranga, like a clipper, and I got his glove very cleanly. Asranga was sure as daylight that hit the glove. Mendes not so much. But see in Nitin's face that sense of, oh, I hope they've not caught me here. And when they went up for the replay, halfway through it, he was gloves off, halfway outside. Short ball, and that has found its way to the fence. The top edge, Bangladesh will take that. Just surprised with the shot delivery, Shanaka. Generally, the average speed is about 115 to 118. This short one, 125 miles an hour. 125 kilometers an hour, I beg your pardon. The top edge went way over Asal Mendes for 4. A welcome boundary for Bangladesh. Shanaka has been the most expensive bowler of the Sri Lankans tonight. I want to have a look at the areas he's bowling. Not wrong with the new ball, really. The first couple of overs, 2 overs, 2 wicket made. And now it is just over halfway through. That's that big wicket taken by Hasaranga, but nothing of note so far. We know Jakir Ali can hit the long ball, Shamim too, Rishad also, but have to really do extraordinary hitting from here on in. We gave Bangladesh a chance. Tries that, but no avail. As the over from Shanaka at 60 for 5. Dancing in the aisles. I feel that this match is just going to go one way. Sri Lanka, round to wicket, trying to get through maybe an over, maybe a few more out. Canada has bowled 3. He's certainly trying to finish off that his bowler option, so that the main bowlers bowl the rest of the overs. That's a good call from the skipper. Bowled not very much, 6 wickets, average of 28. Not much to take off home, but good choice here to bowl himself when the opposition team's under pressure. Get the main bowlers back in the game after this over. You don't have to bowl your 5th bowler. Good looking shot over extra cover. I'm back for 2 now. I mean, also aware of this. Look at the main bowlers. They haven't gone for anything. It's really only Shanaka who's gone for runs. And this is the one more over Sri Lanka will bowl. So Shamim very aware of that. The unfortunate situation for Bangladesh is that
even if they are aware of the fact that a non-regular bowler is bowling, their state in the match doesn't allow them to take advantage of the situation. They have to still build a partnership and still bat through the next 4 or 5 overs without losing a wicket to give themselves a chance to get to 140, 150 maybe.
Big hit, big slog sweep, but just a single.
Playing with fire here, Shakar Ali. If he doesn't get that right, it had more pressure on Bangladesh.
Backs away the cut shot, he's got it in the gap, but a deep point, very fine.
An interesting field there, Bas. Doesn't have a sweeper cover, but he's got deep backward point. For Shamim, I think he plays the reverse sweep quite a bit. So, clearly, Sri Lanka doing their homework as well.
Why is that in? Does Sri Lanka? It's through his overs, just concede 6. It is 67 for 5.
Matisha Patirana back into the attack. 1 over in the power play, went for 6. But this is the time of the game that he likes to bowl with a lot of control. Sri Lanka have been good. Sri Lanka has got rid of the 4th or the 5th bowler between Shanaka and himself. 33 for none. Those 4 overs have cost. Well, a lot to cheer about for the fans that have come in, especially the Sri Lankan fans. Yeah, when the games are on, atmosphere in Sri Lanka, especially the Papari bands blaring, the colours, they'll be dancing right throughout the game. As we always say, the team plays to the beat of the drum. Well, not outnumbered though by Bangladeshi fans, but you can understand why the tension in the face.
Yeah, the Bangladesh fans have also come in big numbers, but they'll be very, very disappointed to see what has happened so far in this match. Came in big numbers, they were dancing in the aisles, but then the Sri Lankan bowlers bowled to such a great line to length that just kept on picking wickets, and now they're a little bit more silent, hoping there is a partnership between these two.
Look, there'll be a number in their mind now. Rashad Hussain is next, he can hit a ball. Under 8 overs to go. Where would Bangladesh like to be, Athar? That's the key. This rate is 110, 7 and over is 120. What do you think will give their bowlers a chance?
140. It's 9 runs per over will get them 136. They need a couple of big overs. We know both these batters can score quickly and hit big shots. But the problem is too many wickets lost. 5 already down in the 13th over. Shamim Hussain, who's in the middle, the left-hander, has scored 48 of 27. Batting at number 6 was a Sri Lankan Dambula in July 2025 in that match, winning a series. And Phil Simmons, the head coach, will be hoping that he can repeat that particular innings.
But up against Tushara, who's got one. Patirana will have two after this. Chamira has two. He's hit that well in front of square. They needed that.
Yeah, they haven't been able to pick up boundaries, but that's a very crucial one at this stage of the game. And look at the fans that go wild in the stands. There's still a lot of hard work to be done from this pair. But Shamim Hussain has played that beautifully. He had to get on top of it. It's not an easy shot to play, and pulled it down in front of the square. Very good.
Yeah, real good shot to get it in front. Outfield not very quick, but it still ran away. Got to believe, you got to keep competing. 21 runs off 18 for the 6th wicket. Another overs or options that Asalanka has is Hasaranga's got two as well. There's some quality bowlers coming at you. A difference from that series that Bangladesh won in Sri Lanka to here, there was no Patirana, there was no Chamira, there was no Hasaranga. Good, really good. Oh, very good from Kusal Mendis as well. This will be tight. Good cricket all around.
TVM Badu Director, we have an umpire review for run out at striker end. Please give me best side on angle. Can you go frame by frame, one frame back? Can you give me split screen on this, please? Copy that, thank you.
What about the dive? Unbelievable, that gets him home, I'd say. Coming the Mendes was the fielder in the deep. Good cricket all around, good running between the wickets and an unbelievable dive.
Yeah, copy, thank you. Yeah, one frame back, please. Yeah, bat is grounded when the wickets are broken. I'm ready for a decision for the big screen.
Unbelievable effort. 76 for 5. Hasaranga starts a third over. You can watch Shamim Hussain's dive time and time again. The throw was wide and Kusal Mendis was in an awkward position. For him to still feel he needed to dive, that's incredible. 133, that's 9 runs and over. 10 runs and over is what you're after, Athar.
Yeah, what a dive. Looked like the Superman dive. Was in the air. And he made sure he grounded his bat. Excellent. Absolutely sensational.
In the gap, long boundary. He'll get himself another couple. This is the way to keep going.
When he came back in, he knew that he was in some sort of trouble, and then this incredible effort, absolutely brilliant from Shamim Hussain Patwari. This angle will give you an idea. it's also important for them that even if you don't pick up a boundary, there are open spaces. It's a wrong way towards the boundary. So a couple of runs, when you hit it with softer hands, maybe don't try to hit too hard. You can pick up two easy couples here.
Goes again, this time upish, but in the gap. That's 4. For the first time this innings, the run rate above 6.
The shot selections have been spot on, especially from the bat of Shamim Hussain. He picked up the length very quickly and backed himself to play that pull shot down on his knee, and he creates the gap to pick up another boundary here.
Well, a while ago, if you thought the Bangladeshi fans were quiet, not anymore, on their feet, dancing away. Wonderful partnership building. Takes it off the stumps. 8 off the Hasaranga over so far, so they're kicking away nicely. Get to the 16th over with this partnership together, then you can look at this game in a different way. Then things will start changing. Even the mindset of the Sri Lankans will change. The initial target, initial goal of the lower order or the middle order at the moment will need to stay competitive, to give the bowlers something to bowl at. Asks a question, nothing from the umpire. I think that was slightly leg side. He's 84 for 5. Bangladesh fighting back. Yeah, 36 balls remaining. Wonderful fight back. Shamim Hussain really standing up for now. Jakar Ali, who can hit the ball, he's playing second fiddle. Matisha Patirana. Nice and full. For 11. Bangladesh were, in fact, after the first 2 overs, 2 wickets had fallen and yet to get off the mark. First it was Litz and Das, now these two. Shamim and Jakar really turning things on. How good is Hasaranga, and what a difference he makes for this Sri Lankan effort. Such belief. He's been out for a while, quite a long time with injury, and straight in. He did not feature in Zimbabwe. Came in here and he's playing as if he's been there right through. No feelers, no working your way in. Good to see him throw himself around in the field. Slices that over mid-off. 1 bounce for 4.
That's a really good option. I was just thinking, what are his options when he's on strike? Look out for whether you can get that elevation and pick up the length perfectly. ensure you go over the top of the infield, and that's exactly what happened. Make some room, and he knew the fielder was inside the circle on the offside. That is a terrific hit. That is a very, very good hit.
He picked the slower ball. With Patilana's action, that's not easy to do. Down the ground, this would be a couple because he's placed it so well. Oh no, Jakar Ali falls over now. Hasaranga, his variations, his accuracy, you have to admire. In the Asia Cup in 2022, 9 wickets at 18. The T20 World Cup in 2021 in these conditions, 16 at 9.7. His variations, his googly is the most effective delivery, his go-to delivery. Always good to have that celebration from a Sri Lankan point of view.
The variety, not just the googly, they also the top spinner, a genuine leg spin. He's been brilliant this evening.
Still happy to let Shamim Hussain do all the lifting, the power lifting.
It's been a good over. Remember, they picked up 8 runs in the previous over. They already have 8, and they haven't played a dot delivery. Because if they can manage to pick up a boundary here, then this innings gets going. You're 10 from here on and will fetch them 143. The last few overs have been good.
For 3 at the end of the power play. And now, they go for 1 and they take it. 94 for 5 after 15. Well, they're fought back. Five overs, they're now in a position from where they can make a dash and put a decent score on the board.
Possible, but they'll have to be careful, especially against the man on screen. Ananda Hasaranga will complete his spell. He's gone only for 18 and has picked up a couple of wickets. So they need to be a little bit more sensible and play some smart cricket to make sure that they're still there, this pair still there after this over ends.
This time he'll find the fielder. In X factors, that's what Bangladesh needed. They found one.
Being a left-hander, batting with the right-hander also create more opportunities because the field changes, but he's been excellent. He's picked up 3 boundaries, 27 of 21, but is quite keen to rotate the strike. He's already seen him doing that Superman dive. But he was coming back for the second run, so it's a good partnership, and you have someone like Shamim Hussain who can also hit big shots. Remember, they've recently inclusion of Julian Wood, the power hitting coach. Both these men, according to the team management, are more than capable of hitting sixes. Yes, they haven't seen a 6 yet, but don't be surprised if they pick a couple of them before the end of this innings.
Will he go now? Well, he tries. Bottom edge will take it away from the fielder. But once again, good in the outfield. Kamil Mishara this time. 43-run partnership of 34 balls. It's been a wonderful partnership because they were under tremendous pressure. 53 for 5 when these two came together. A little bit of luck that Bangladesh needed came in the form of a Hasaranga googly hitting the stumps Bales just popped up and rested back in the groove, which meant Jakarali survived. 2 for 22 to Hasaranga. He's got 2 more balls in his spell.
4 singles in the first 4 deliveries. Can they somehow find a boundary here?
He's checked that. Mid-off. Can't get to it. It's not the boundary, but they've got a couple.
Very good shot. Very good innovation, because he had to go down, and then when he saw that the length was not there, he opened the face of the bat. Very good. Not enough on the bat because it was just a couple of runs, but it's still an effective partner to pick up those 2 runs.
I think he picked the googly. He went with the turn. Yep, happy to play him out. It's a good spell from Hasaranga. He ends with 2 for 25, has the hundreds on the board at the end of the 16th. 100 for 5.
Well, down to the last 4 overs, Bangladesh 100 for 5. Good partnership, 47 of 37. And exactly what Bangladesh wanted. 2 set batters going into the end, Basit. And they got Shamim 31 of 24, Chakir 21 of 20. Ideal position if they're looking to launch.
Absolutely, the partnership 47. This was the only way Bangladesh could have made a comeback in this game. Now they need to get these 4 overs going their way. Where can Shamim get a boundary early in the over? Maybe third, behind the wicket, maybe.
Ushara is back. Single of the first ball. Well, we do know that India-Pakistan, in whatever tournament, is one of the biggest games that cricket could ever witness, and that's exactly what's happening tomorrow, 6:30 local time at Dubai. LTP World Asia Cup 2025, match number 6. So everyone's waiting for this. India versus Pakistan. What a game it promises to be.
If you don't know about that game, well, maybe in like a cocoon, basically.
Well, this is good bowling. That's exactly what Sri Lanka will want from their bowlers bowling at the death. Cut out the boundaries. Just do it in singles. But the big game coming up tomorrow, Basit. 9-3 in favour of India.
Big game going on right now. And Bangladesh have just rallied back in the game.
Well, no doubt about it. Bangladesh have come back extremely well, I must say. 49 of 39. Swing and a miss. Oh, wicket-keeper misses. Might run away to the boundary. Great effort. I'll tell you what, Kusal Pereira. Wonderful effort. Definitely saving 2 runs for the team, but the 50 partnership is up for Bangladesh.
Yeah, a little unforced error. And that is brilliant at the end. Kushal Pereira being able to stop the ball going over the rope, but just feel that things have shifted slightly, because before there weren't many unforced errors from Sri Lanka.
Great commitment, I'll tell you what. Great commitment. Had to run around on the boundary, Kusal, and then dived at the last minute. And what about this partnership? They've structured it beautifully. 52 of 41, you come in at 53 for 5. fighting with your backs to the wall, and look at what they've achieved. Shamim Hussain, 33 of 27. Jakar Ali, 16 of 14. The job is still not done, but they're setting up a nice platform.
Absolutely, they'll want some big hits right now. They want the boundaries now to really appear frequently, because as you suggest, they have set it up.
Is it hard? There is a fielder. This man can pack a punch, I'll tell you. Pace off that time, so he really didn't have much to work with. Jakar. But from a Sri Lankan point of view, they wouldn't mind this. They've got 6 runs with 1 ball to go, singles, and those 2 byes. All they'll want to do is cut off those boundaries as much as they can.
Firstly, Tushara will want to close this over out without giving away a boundary ball. He can go over extra or down to third.
That is very well bowled, I'll tell you. That is clever bowling. Finishes with a dot. 106 for 5. Oh, well, they're having a good time, aren't they? They've travelled from all over the UAE. Sri Lanka playing their first game in the current Asia Cup, the reigning champions. And we're down to the final 18 legal deliveries in the Bangladesh innings. And what a partnership. 53 or 43. They've given Bangladesh hope. They've given something to bowl at. But can they finish on a high? How much more can they make out of these 18 deliveries left? That will be the question right before us. Chamira 1 for 3 of 2 will be perfect to finish off at the death. Has bowled with good pace. His length has been just back of a length. Has had a bit of extra bounce and pace. Jakar Ali on strike. What's a wide? That's a wide. Good take, but that is a wide.
Two got together at 53. 5 down and built. The short ball was dealt with. Shamim, the aggressor, throughout this partnership, has hit some lovely shots with wicket and extra cover. Been about just rebuilding, and now is the phase where they can reap the rewards of the partnership.
That's good bowling. That is really good bowling. Pace off that time. Well, I can tell you that there was mayhem before the partnership happens. This is how it started. This was the first over. Then Chamira got into the act. 2 wickets with no runs on the board. Then this was unnecessary for Bangladesh, but brilliant fielding, a direct hit. Accounted for Tawhid Ridoy, and at that time Bangladesh 3 for 11, a direct hit. He was always in trouble. And that leg before for Wanidu Hasaranga coming back in his very first over, and then the skipper. So at that stage, 53 for 5, and Bangladesh in a serious amount of strife. So that's what really adds so much of value to this partnership. 55 or 45.
Very good from Chamira, wide outside the offs. I'm just hiding the ball outside there because he has a bit off and extra cover in the circle, so making sure that he bowls to those defensive fielders on the fence. Both batters now just trying to work out where they can get a boundary.
56 of 46. Time for this man. Go go big, and he looks to swing it away on the leg side. Couple of runs only. Shamim has been very good at the other end, 34 of 29. He's actually taken the impetus. And what an innings it's been, Basim.
Yeah, he's given himself a chance by going very deep in the crease. Almost making his own length, a little bit more time to be able to play it as late as possible, and then provide him length, he can launch. Most power hitters make sure that they use either the depth of the crease or give themselves a few steps down the track too.
This is good bowling, really good bowling. He's going full. He's bowling quickly, but he's going full, not letting Jacques Ali get underneath it. So far, what has happened is, with the wide, in the first 4 deliveries, just 6 runs conceded. Sri Lanka will take it.
19 deliveries since the last boundary, so talk about taking wickets and talk about putting pressure up. Defensive bowling skills is what wins you game in T20 cricket. This is a perfect little period for Sri Lanka. Yes, no wickets, but they're not conceding too many.
It's about bowling in different phases of the game, isn't it? Bowling at the death is also talk about an art. Just should know exactly what lines and lengths, varying pace. Middle overs are so different where you go looking for wickets. Power play, again we talk of the skill level of bowlers. Just looking to try and open that area, go through third. It's full and wide again. This is good bowling.
Been pulled throughout the over, and so far there's not been an answer from the batters.
Brilliant over. Dot to end. 7 runs off it. 113 for 5. Right, we're down to the last 2 overs. They're enjoying themselves. They're celebrating. They think Sri Lanka in with a great chance. Having Bangladesh at 113 for 5 with 2 overs to go. Yeah, good numbers have turned up, I can tell you. Not just Sri Lankan fans, but Bangladeshi fans as well. Quite a few of them in the UAE, and a very good crowd, great atmosphere at Abu Dhabi. Oh, this is big, this is huge. I think it came off the middle of the bat. It has gone into the night sky and gone the distance.
Bangladesh really needed that. There was a drought with the boundary hitting, but Shamim is provided, and he's just picked it up and hit it over mid-wicket. Lovely swing of the bat. Is quite a big hit. First 6 of the innings in the 19th over.
And a great time to have that. Good start to the over for Bangladesh. They've already got 6 runs in the first ball. Now that puts so much of pressure on Matisha Patirana. Bangladesh will try to maximize. 6 of the first delivery, going at a little over 6.5 runs and over. 5 balls left. 1 more over after that. Oh, that's a wide, and keeper misses it too. So that will give them a couple of runs with still 5 more balls to go.
start off the overs with just one ball bowled. Bangladesh need to make this the over, which propels them in the direction of 140, 150 even. And Zakir Ali, who is renowned for power hitting, renowned for hitting sixes, has really got his radar right today. He's 27 of 26. Now, can he find the fence? A lot of changes in the field. The third in the circle, fine leg and a short square leg in the circle.
Now will this be called a wide? It's a confirmed wide again. Well, I'll tell you what, this pair has been outstanding. 69 runs, the partnership. Let's take a look at that batting card, the Bangladesh batting card. Nothing to talk about in terms of those first 5 wickets. Just 28 to Litton and rest of them single figure digits. But then look what has happened. Zakir Ali 27, Shamim Hossain 40. Bangladesh really looking for a good finish here. And he goes over the top. Should be cut off in the deep. And they'll come for 2.
Zakir just needs to find his range. We know that he's a very powerful hitter. Just slice that over the top. It's quite oppressive conditions, so need to make sure you get air in before you swing big again.
Still got 4 legitimate deliveries. Another wide. Another wide. I can tell you what, I've just been given some information about Pathirana since 2022 in T20s. He's bowled 214 wide balls and conceded almost close to around 300 runs. That's the package Pathirana comes up with. He can be wavered, but he's also a wicket taker for you. He's an attacking option. But in this over, he's conceded 12 runs, which is just what Bangladesh wanted at this stage. Now that offside field gets strengthened even more. Third, deep cover, long off. Goes over the top. He tries to take it, but doesn't really collect it. Charita Solanka was attempting the catch. They'll come back for 2.
Probably the most difficult skill as the boundary rider. Racing in and diving forward to take the catch. Think of your dentist as you dive forward and go anywhere that the ball with the first bounce, but as well.
Go square. It should be cut off, but you could see that Zakir Ali is now starting to find his range. He's going after the bowling. Still scoring at little over 110. But he's got to 33 of 29, and more importantly, Bangladesh had got 16 runs in this over.
Yeah, every ball is on his haunches. It is extremely hot and humid, so the energy being sucked out of you. He's back for a number of overs. He's been out there for almost 10 overs now. Zakir needs to find the fence.
Oh, that's played well. Could have very nearly been a candidate for LBW, but he manages to just squeeze it away for another single. Pathirana going full and straight that time.
Trying the ramp. The skew ended it. There was the opportunity to go fine, but very difficult with the action that Pathirana has to actually pay that shot. Now, first delivery of the 19th, 7 deliveries remaining. Now, Bangladesh will be thinking 2 hits or maybe 3 and go to the fence.
Last ball of the over. 41 runs conceded by Pathirana. And they'll get a single. He finishes with 42 of his 4, and we are down to the last over. Bangladesh 131 for 5. Well, the perfect time to have that big building, the 19th over, that was a massive over. 78 of 59, Bangladesh having the momentum. That's what they're after. They need to finish well. They need to carry the momentum. Just to give them that hope, give them some runs to bowl at, and this pair have done that job perfectly. Shamim 41 of 32, Shakir Ali 34 of 30. Right, we're down to the last over. Dushmantha Chameera has been outstanding. 1 for 9 in 3. Shamim on strike. Starts off with pace off. That's good bowling. As far as Chameera is concerned, he's been outstanding with those lines and length, and he's looked to go full all the time.
They're just sticking to the plan and nailing them almost every time. Able to hit that popping crease 3 times out of 6 basically, so no answer from Bangladesh yet. They haven't been able to take him to task with that length. It's been brilliant. He's working beautifully. Third and fine are quite fine.
You talk about the lengths he bowls, you talk about the Yorkers, and that tells you that he's bowling those Yorkers at will. Just not letting the batters to get underneath it, and he's going quick. He seemed to be in very good bowling rhythm. We saw it in Zimbabwe. He's just carried on from where he left off.
And the good thing is that he's not changing it up. T20 cricket, you see bowlers go to the slow one, go to the slow bouncer, but he's just stuck to the Yorkers. It's working well, just carry on.
Got a third and a fine leg on the boundary. Again. This is outstanding stuff. They'll come for 2. But just look at how Chameera is executing these deliveries, these Yorkers.
Yeah, absolutely superb. There's no let go from that length. A little bit of tail this time, but the length absolutely perfect. You can't ask for more. 20th over. For 3 terrific deliveries.
Cleverly bowled. Pace off that time, I think. Just completely outsmarted. In fact, that's pace on. I can tell you that Bangladesh, this pair has an exceptionally well, but just look at this delivery again. Completely outsmarted the batter. Just thinking ahead, just thinking a step ahead, the anticipation. Time he looks to slam it away on the offside, and he gets a boundary. That's what Shakir Ali was after. After some wonderful deliveries, those Yorkers, he gets it in the slot.
Yeah, finally, just a smidgen of length for Shakir Ali. Backed away. And for once, Chameera did not nail it perfectly with the Yorker. But Shakir Ali goes past extra cover. Last delivery now. Can Shakir Ali finish on a high? Can he get another boundary here?
Bangladesh would love to have that boundary they are after. This time goes full and straight. They'll want to come for 2. They won't. Good feeling in the team, but Bangladesh will be very pleased with this effort. They've got 139 for 5, unfinished partnership of 86 of 65, and they'll certainly tell themselves that they've given their bowlers something to bowl at.
$139 for 5. Chameera just went for 17 off his 4. The partnership 86 of 65, but the high quality bowling from Sri Lanka, they'll be very happy with the first 20 overs. Start of the game, you offer Sri Lanka 140 to win, they would have grabbed that. and a very happy unit. Fast bowlers started it all off, defensive bowling skins by Chamira in the end, but in the mid-overs is Hasaranga got those couple of wickets, and that has meant that Sri Lanka all smiles after the first 20.
Tremendous effort on the part of Bangladesh. A record stand for the 6th wicket with 86 of 65. Nothing to show at the top, but look at Jakar Ali and Shamim Hussain. 41 of 34 and 42 of 34. A very respectable 139 for 5 for Bangladesh.
Really resurrected the innings. There's Jakar Ali and Shamim. 3 for 5. They got together and slowly built up. The more aggressive of the two. The shots over the top offside. And that was probably the shot of the innings. Over mid-wicket, over the top. This was the last over when Jakar Ali got a boundary through extra cover over the top. Partnership 86 of just 65, but nothing much else. So that has meant that Bangladesh just got to 139, which you would say is below par here at Abu Dhabi.
Right, Sri Lankan bowling was very good at the top. One Tushar and Chamira were outstanding. Tushar 1 for 17 with 13 dots. Chamira 1 for 17, 15 dots, but it was Matisha Pathurana who leaked some runs, going at 10.5, and Wanidu Hasaranga also doing his bit. Right, so let's take a look at the target. Bangladesh have done exceptionally well, and this is what Sri Lanka needs. 140 of 20 overs. And it's time for a break, and when we come back, it will be the Sri Lankan response.
A lot of quality up front. They can choose from Tony Martinez, Lucas Boyet. Today is Mariano who plays. Dennis Suarez would be on the bench. As you can see, putting all those together suggests that they try to do things in a different way. but they're desperate to smash a 20-year record of not having won here. In any case, the match has got enough arguments for a great 2 afternoon hours.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Mariano, that's the big team news from these two teams. He joined Alaves after turning up and training. He wanted to train with the club, he wanted to get fit again. He did that and he convinced them to sign him. He was a free agent, a player of course who spent many seasons at Real Madrid, most famously perhaps scoring all those goals for Lyon back in 2017-2018. When Madrid had sold him to Lyon, they then brought him back from Lyon. It didn't work out from Real Madrid. He's been a long time without a goal. He's been a long time without a game. He gets the chance this afternoon. Ahead of, as you say, they've got options now because Boye is on the bench.
And I don't think he's gonna, take the world by storm, but certainly somebody that has got an eye for goal, or at least the ability to see things, not a lot of the space and with not a lot of time inside the box. Let's see if the team helps, because the team plans to be, as they've done so far this season, Alaves, most of the time in the rival third. It's one of the teams that passes the ball and has got longer periods of possession in the opposite half, and you don't relate Alaves to that, but the intention is not only to stay in the first division, but to entertain as well.
Well, here is the athletic lineup. Unai Simon starts in goal, Yuri Berchichi and Jesus Areso, the fullbacks. Paredes next to Vivian. Galarreta joins Jauriguiza in the centre of midfield. Iñaki down the left, Berenguer down the right, Sanset behind Guruceta.
We can see Nico Williams injured, but Iñaki will be there, and there's an interesting choice up front with Guruceta returning as the number 9 of the side.
Yeah, that was the call that Néstor Valverde had to make. Valverde won't be on the bench this afternoon. He's the first of a 4-game ban, but the decision to pick Guruceta ahead of Marian Sanadi. The video assisted referee this afternoon, Carlos Marcelo Grandins, Jose Maria Sanchez, the man in the middle, and this is the Alaves lineup. Sivera starts in goal, as always, for Alaves. It's Garcés, Facundo Garcés.
They just played a potential, they should be a walk in the park.
And then there was Vanindu Hasaranga, he got Mehdi Hassan, he got Liton Das, and I'm sure the Sri Lankan fans out here must be thinking he should be given more than just 4 overs to be able to do what he does.
He bowled beautifully. From the moment he got the ball, he was on point. The variations, they pitch in the same place, one goes away, straight on, the wrong end. And what amazes me is he's not playing. He's been brought straight into the team, and he's able to go about with his variations with so much control. Tells you the mindset of this guy. And more pleasing for me was the fact that he was throwing himself around in the field and straight back up. Why I say that is, you keep worrying when you're coming back from injury whether you'll do your heavy again, and that'll be a big blow to Sri Lanka. He's such a crucial player for them.
I'll tell you what was a highlight for me, watching that Vanindu Hasaranga signature celebration once again. But it is time now for a short break. On the other side, we talk about the chase. So don't go anywhere, come right back.
अरे वो ढलान वाली जमीन, उसका क्या हुआ अपनी जैसे? नक्शा बनवाया था उसके तो बेचने के कागजात बनवाओ। चिराग, एक बार अच्छे से सोच लो, घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है। भरोसा रखिए।
घर मजबूत ही बनेगा। एक है मौका मेरा, इसमें सब लगाऊंगा। अपने इरादों से मजबूत एक घर बनाऊंगा। बहुत बढ़िया बेटा। तुमने सिर्फ अल्ट्राटेक ही चुना, ऐसा क्यों? ताऊजी, पापा ने ही सिखाया कि घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है। मान गए बेटा। घर एक, मौका एक, इसलिए सीमेंट भी देश का नंबर 1 अल्ट्राटेक, इंडिया नंबर 1 सीमेंट।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, छूटा उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कर आता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। बोलो सुबह केसरी।
ये वाला रील देखो। अरे ये वीडियो देख, ये वाला वायरल है।
की सवारी चलती अपनी शान से, हीरो के निचोड़ के तू कृपया जरा ध्यान दे। है ठंडा और सॉलिड है बंदा, जिगरे की आवाज सुन दुनिया देखती है, तू दिखा। Unleash freshness, Wild Stone Cold Body Perfumes.
जरा मुस्कुरा दे, हे हे हे, ऐसे तुझे एक चम्मच अमूल, दिमाग फिट और सेहत भी, ऐसे तुझे एक चम्मच अमूल, just एक चम्मच अमूल।
This is Amul Extra Innings. 140-run target is what Bangladesh have set for Sri Lanka in this 6th encounter of the DP World Asia Cup 2025, and now it's on to the race. Let's take a look at the batting options that Sri Lanka have in this game. Immediately what strikes is the number of runs there, the experience. But today they'll have to translate that to be able to chase this 140 down.
Yeah, so Hasaranga at 8 makes it quite a deep batting lineup. The numbers are around the 133 strike rate, but I'll tell you, in the last year or so, the strike rates have been a lot better than the strike rates that we see. Pathu Nissanka, Kusal Mendis, they've been very consistent. I think the most consistent opening pair in T20 cricket over the last year or two. So that's where Sri Lanka gained their momentum from. Khalil Mishar, the youngster, he excites me. And I'm looking forward to seeing him get runs out here, so he releases the pressure on the others. But you'll be surprised when I say this. How they play Mahdi Hassan and Rishad Hussain, the two spinners, will be the key in the middle overs, because they haven't played spin well. The Sri Lankan batters, they've been choked. So that's where you take the game away from the opposition. That's the area they need to focus on in this chase, even though it's only 140.
And we have to remember that in the last, say,